All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back. This is Paul McMillan once again. I've been busy for the last couple months working in the crypto world, but we are back for another live session in the Forex market. And so we're going to be trading on NAS100. So January 24th, 2022. All right, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to do our first step in our trading rules, and that is to mark a market structure from the 15-minute to the 4-hour time frame. So what we're going to do is we're going to go all the way to the back at the beginning of time. So I'm going to pause this recording. And then once I get to all the way back to the past as far as possible, then we'll resume. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to mark up market structure based off of price imbalances in the market that the banks created. And so we're going to actually do that. So I see some imbalance in here. Also see a little bit of imbalance right up in this area as well. So I want to kind of mark this. And then I want to put a vertical line here. Forgot to do that. All right. See a little bit of imbalance down here too, created by this market structure. See, there was a huge imbalance move right up in this area. And then huge imbalance up in this area as well. So I'm going to kind of face it this way. And so now that I've marked that up, then I'm going to mark up my supply demand zones off of these horizontal lines. All right. Put one here. Boom. So this is probably as far as I'm going to go with this. So then we're going to go ahead to the 30-minute. And so then I'm going to go to where I left off at. So we'll try to get in. So then I'm going to put my vertical line here. This is going to be the start of the 30-minute. This is where we left off at. So then I'm going to take my horizontal lines once again. And I can see that there was another imbalance move that pushed all the way up here, then it pushed up to here. So then I'm going to change this to the 30-minute. Let's see, the red, 30 minutes green. Yep. See another one here. And then see another one like right up here. Actually, I might even push this one down to here. Next one, we just push all the way up to here. And so then I'm going to draw my supply and demand zones on these zones here. Change this to green. All right, so so now that we did the 30-minute, We're going to go ahead and move on to the 1 hour. We're going to do the same exact thing. So we're going to put a vertical line. So then we're going to do the same exact thing here. So when I kind of look at this structure, price kind of bounced once or twice off of this structure and then created a lot of imbalance in this area and went to the upside. Same here, retested this and pushed up to the upside again and created all-time high here. So that's a very good structure there. Matter of fact, let me erase this. So then the next place I'm going to put this will be a good one. Next one could be up here. Boom, boom, boom. Next one could just stay on top of here. So this is going to be the 1 hour. So we're going to change this to red. Let me see. So, yep, red. So then what I'm going to do is just draw my supply demand zones for the 1 hour, and then I'm going to resume the supporting once I'm done. Be right back. All right, so I drew my supply demand zones for the 1 hour. Yep. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the 4 hour, see where we're at with current price. All right. So we see that current price is down here. It looks like it's taking a huge dip. So what we're going to probably do is so this is where I want to actually draw a floor here. So then what I'm probably going to do is looks like it's crossed this point. So since we're close to price being close to being oversold, I'm just going to put a floor down here. I want to make this the well, let's see, this is going to be I believe purple is the 4 hour. So that's what we're going to do. Looks like price is dropping. So they're ready to drop it all the way to make it oversold. So now that we see that where current price is at, we're going to go all the way back to the 15-minute. Decide what we're going to do with price. So see, this is where we drew the floor. So this is how I'm going to kind of approach it. Let me just actually draw another floor down here. We'll make it a little bit thinner. So now, when I look at price here, price was pretty much really kind of was oversold here, kind of hit the bottom and then it rose up. So it's a possibility that price may pull back and maybe hit this zone to be considered oversold at this point. Now that we completed step one, market structure from the 15-minute to the 1 hour time frame. So now in step two, we're going to kind of identify the trend. And so when I kind of look at the overall trend, price did trend down at this point, created a lot of imbalance in this area. So we kind of see that here, a lot of imbalance in price here. All the way up until this point. So there's a lot of imbalance that's going to have to be filled eventually. They did come back and mitigate this area a little bit and then sold it off some more. And then kind of mitigated this area and then sold it off some more. So my thought process is they're probably going to sell price all the way down to hit this point and make it oversold, which is understandable. And then they're going to probably eventually rise it back up to fill all this imbalance here, and then maybe bring it back down. And then eventually they're going to buy price all the way up to fill this imbalance and create an all-time high. So in this situation, I'm going to say that price is overall bearish, because they're actually sending price to be oversold at this point. But of course, I'm waiting for price to actually cross over this trend line and the breakage in order for me to buy, if they decide to buy it. Because price is almost oversold, so I'm not going to sell in this area because price is almost already halfway to its point. So it wouldn't really make sense for me to try to do this short sell when price is almost oversold and probably ready to reverse. It may sell some more. Matter of fact, let me do this. It's a possibility they may sell it some more in order for it to make it oversold. But I don't think I'm going to sell it because it doesn't have that much more to go. But I'll probably push it down to here just to see where it's going to go. Now, if we have some room to sell, then I might do a short sell if I can get enough. So if price goes all the way up and down to here, then I could probably sell it and get something with NAS. But I'm going to say price is overall sold at this, overall bearish at this point. So then the next thing I'm going to do is actually turn on my higher, lower, low strategy indicator. And I just identified a breakage, most recent breakage. So this is going to be, the demand zone, break and retest white, which it broke. Then this is going to be break and retest for the buy. So it's going to be our supply zone. So then price looks like it's about to sell again, but this is where I kind of wait for the 930 bell, because we don't know if price is going to reverse and go back up or is it going to continue to go down. The price did break and retest this and it closed below, but I would need to see, further confirmation is going to continue to go down before I would even sell this to this zone. So if I was to sell this to this zone, I could get a little something with it, but I'm going to wait till the 930 bell. I'm not going to do anything. So we see a breakage here, but I would have to wait for the 930 bell in order to pursue this sell. If I can get a short bearish scalp on this, or if I was to buy this, I would have to wait for price to clear this most recent high for me to consider even buying it to the next zone here, or possibly even above that. So that's my thought process on that. So now the very next thing I want to do is locate the imbalances in the market. So I see an imbalance here that was actually created with this downside here. So this is a lot of imbalance they're going to have to eventually fill in as well, mitigate that. And then there's some imbalance up here and up here. So these can be our take profit points for either way. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause this recording and set my alarms for these break and retest lines, and then we're going to move forward. All right, so I set my alarms for these break and retest lines. Now, so we locate the imbalances, and so let's analyze this. So when imbalances or price deficiency occurs in the market, this is when the banks are actually driving price down really fast, whether they're going for a sell or a buy. And so what happens is when they do that, so for example here, they sent price into a downward spiral. So they made a lot of money off of this move. But there was a buy order here that ended up going unfulfilled. So even though they were millions or trillions of dollars in the positive, they were also millions and trillions of dollars, billions and trillions of dollars in the negative because of this buy. So this buy was initiated, but then it automatically sold. So they're in huge negative. So in order for them to do that, they have to come back and mitigate that area. And that's what they kind of did here, bringing price back to kind of mitigate all this imbalance in this area. But you still see a lot of imbalance in this area. So eventually they're going to have to mitigate that. And so then, of course, they came back and mitigated this area here. And so eventually they're going to have to mitigate this area as well, which they kind of came back and mitigated this, but then they sold it. So my thought process is that they're probably going to sell price to make it oversold. So that way they have all the momentum in the world to drive price all the way up to fill all this imbalance in this area and create an all-time high. That's probably what they're going to do, or they're probably going to reverse price and just start buying it up. So we'll see at the 9:30 bell. So now that we actually, figured out the imbalances, then this is where I locate the Harami candles, and I see a Harami kind of right here. So that's what made price sell down. So eventually they're going to want to come back up and fill this up. So they're selling price down now, but at the 9:30 bell, I want to see what price does first before I make any decision, even though they're selling it now, but I don't want to get into a fake out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my risk to reward take profit zones here. And then so that way I can plan for the buy or the sell. So I'm going to take my short position here. Let me actually turn this on. Put my stop loss here. See, price is crossing over. So if I were to sell it from here all the way down to here, yeah, I would still get a good amount of pips. So this will be my stop loss here. Entry here. Then this will be my take profit one here. So then I got to name it. A second here. There we go. So then that would be this here. Cross down. So I'll make this TP1. Let's see. This will be the entry point. So I don't really need this here. And then change this to the stop loss here, which is white. This is going to be TP1 20 plus pips. But I want to put 1248. All right. So that's what I'm going to do for that one. And so now this is going from here to here. So now price and size of sell, I'll have the coordinates to put in my MetaTrader 4 when it's ready. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up for the buy. So let me get my long position. So if I want price to buy up, I want to see it cross over this line here. And then I want to get at least 10 pips of this, or at least 500. So I just say here. So really I can just go all the way up to here, shoot for that. So then let me zoom in so we can see this. There we go. So then this would be 1288. So take profit 1, 1288. And that's what I would be looking for. And so then I'd be waiting for the breakout. So if price is going to sell and hit this next zone, then I'll probably be able to get a sell pip out of this before it hits the bottom. But price is almost oversold. So even if price sold here, I probably would take a short scalp, get my profits and jump out. But ultimately, I'm really looking for price to really start pushing up past actually this high and then going up. So I'm actually going to adjust this. I want to see it break out to here. Come up and break out up to here because this is the next low. So that's what I'm looking for. So let me actually just move this down to here. This is the stop loss here. Looking for that breakout. Let me think. Yeah. Yep. And that's what I would kind of look for. And then bring take profit up to, see, can I erase this? Yeah. So that would be my take profit 1. So that way if price decides to buy up, I have my take profit and stop loss ready here. And then if price decides to sell down to this next zone, then I'll be prepared to do that as well. Honestly, I mean, they might send price down to make it oversold and hit this next zone, but I really think they're going to probably buy it up and fill this imbalance up here, and then maybe pull it back and then ultimately push it back. There's a lot of imbalance they're going to have to make up for. So now that I've done that, I'm going to turn on the Delorean EMA indicator. Now, the reason why I use this indicator is as extra confirmation on top of everything else I do. So anytime the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA and the blue EMA, and it matches with my confirmation, it's usually a sign of a strong trend, either downward or upward, kind of like what happened here. So the yellow EMA is sticking out here. So it's a possibility they might send price down a little bit more to maybe hit this next zone, I'm thinking. But I want to wait to the 930 bell to really figure out what they're going to do, because price might hit a point here, then they might just decide to bring it back up and break this line here and then send it up to fill this imbalance here and mitigate it, and then maybe pull it back and then ultimately push it back up again. And that's kind of what I'm thinking at this point. So we'll see at the 930 bell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to, looking at this, if I look at the past, there's a lot of imbalance they have to fill here. So I'm kind of looking for a buy. So price pushes up and then it pushes past this point and goes up, then that's what I'm kind of looking for. Matter of fact, yeah, I probably might just wait until it crosses this line here. If it goes up, it crosses this and then goes up. Might pull the stop loss down here, pull my entry here. Just gauge it like that. Then maybe pull my break and retest down here. That's what I want to do. Better way at this point. Because I will want to see it break past here. Then if it decides to buy up, then, you know, I'll go for it. Let me pause this recording. All right, so we're all set. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the 9:30 bell now. I'm going to zoom in here. That's what we're going to do. We're going to see is ultimately what price decides to do. Now, when I look at the RSI, price is pretty close to hitting this support here and being oversold. So it may not have that much room to really sell to get enough pips like we want, but we'll see. So ultimately, I'm thinking it's going to hit support and then ultimately want to start going up. So because I see all this imbalance and they're going to have to fill this area, I'm just going to put in my stop loss and take profit for the buy. So what I want to do is I want to share my phone screen and put that in. All right. So let me go to my stop, go to here. So then I'm going to select NAS. And this is going to be, market execution. So then the stop loss is going to be 14203.0. Take profit is going to be 145.48.5. And then I'm just going to leave it in there. So that way, if price decides to buy, all I got to do is hit the buy button for market execution. If it goes the other way, then I'm going to select the other risk reward tool and initiate that. But it's not 9:30 yet, so we're going to wait. So I'm going to pause this recording and then we will resume after that. So stay tuned. All right, so it looks like it's buying up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get 25 on this. I'm gonna share my phone screen and see what it do. Let's see, I'm practicing this demo like it's a real account. See if I get 25 from it, $25. We'll see.
There's a possibility it could also start selling here. If the 3-minute structure, if you see that, it's in a supply zone right now.
I probably went a little
worse,
too quick though, but we'll see.
Yeah. I still
I
like
might be a
personally
little,
the idea of it going higher, like you said in the beginning, going up into that area.
yeah. I might be a little rusty today since I ain't did it in a while, but I think I might have did it too quick.
I mean, let's see, 1 minute.
Pause this recording until I see myself getting a profit. Let's see if it goes up more. I was almost at $16 to $15. Man, it looks like it's pushing up. If I can just get 15 to 20 off of this, I'll take it. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Bam.
Yeah, it's going to keep going, Paul, I think.
So about $14. I can take that for the day. Sweet. So let me share my screen. Yep. So I mean, it pushed up. It's probably gonna go up and mitigate on this area,
Yeah,
but I made a
that's what I'm
decent
looking
amount.
at.
But I made a decent amount of $14. Yeah, that's not bad. Because what I'm trying to do is with Nas, see, it's pumping up. It's pumping up, just like Joe Budden said. But um, what I'm trying to do is try to treat it like a real demo on Nas. So I know on 0.01, if you make about $14, that would be like $400 if you was trading at a like maybe $5 per pip or something like that. So that just lets you know you're making that good amount. But so that was good. Okay. But it's going to probably go up and mitigate that area. So I made my profits for the day. Happy with that. At 0.01, the lowest position size.
Mhm.
See some here. Let me pause this recording here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this recording. I made about $14 on this, but it's probably going to mitigate this area, probably go up and go back down, then probably mitigate this area and then push it back up. So, but I'm going to end this recording. See you guys next time. This is a recording I always do to train myself.